In this video, we are going to study about quadratic formulas, finding the zeros of the quadratic formulas, how to determine the discriminant of discriminant, and the real life application on the quadratic equations. So first of all, what is quadratic equation? Any equation which is written in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, ax square plus bx plus c, it is said to be a quadratic equation. So what is a, what is b, and what is c? So you should know that the a is a coefficient which is written with the x square. B is the coefficient which is written with the x, and C is itself a constant number. Okay, now here, whenever any equation is written in this form, then it is said to be a quadratic equation. The key is this x square. Means if any equation written in the form of x equals to x plus c, for example, equals to 0, it is not a quadratic equation. But if it is written as 4x square plus 8, so equals to 0, it is the quadratic equation because the main key is the power 2. Even if it is written 2x square minus 6x equals to 0, it is also a quadratic equation because the highest power of this equation is 2. In order to solve the quadratic equation, we have different rules, and in this video we are going to study about the quadratic formula. So here in front of you is the quadratic formula. It is so easy if you can handle the calculator and or the calculation mentally. It is as if the quadratic equation is written in the form of ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Then the value of the x will be written as minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. Let's see, let's suppose we have an equation and they are asking you to solve the equation using the quadratic formula. So first of all, make sure that after the equal sign, 0 is written. If it is so, then write down what is A, what is B, and what is C. So A is the number which is written with the x square, so it is 9. B is the number which is written with the x, so here it is C. And C is the constant number, that is 3. Now put it in the equation. First formula minus, then b is 7. Then put the plus minus as it is. Write the square root. B square means 7 square minus 4. A is 9 in our case and C is 3 in our case, divided by 2, and A is 9. Now write here minus 7. One time write it in plus minus. Now write only the inside thing in the calculator. So in the calculator, write everything which is written inside the square root, that is 7 square minus 4 times 9 times 3. And it will give us negative 59. Write it as it is. Over. Now write this in the calculator. 2 times 9 in the calculator, it gives us 18. Now write down x equals to minus 7 plus 1 time write minus 59. 1 time with the plus sign. Everything with the plus sign. And 1 time you write the same thing but this minus sign. and the remaining thing as it is. Now, sometimes I suggest to the students that after writing this part over here, go to the scientific calculator, especially scientific calculator FX991ES plus, write mode 53 in the calculator. Go to the mode 53 in the calculator. Write down the A value, B value and C value. So 9, then equal, then 7, then equal, and then 3, then equal. Again press the equal and you will get the answer as the first answer is -7 plus square root of 59I over 18. And one value is x equals to -7 negative square root of 59 over 18, and here I. So this is how the calculator gives you the answer. So I would suggest, if you write after this one, rather than making all these calculations yourself, you just go to the calculator if it is allowed and write it in the calculator, this ABC on the mode 53, and get the answer. This is the easiest way and the secure way to get the correct answer. Now the other question, write down A equals to 6. Now whenever you write the A, B or C, don't forget to write the sign which is written before the number. So B is -10 and C is -6. Put it in the formula. Minus B is what? -10. Plus minus, then square root of B square. So -10, write it in the bracket and then power to outside. -4, A is 6 and C is -6. Over 2 and A is 6. Now as I said to you, go to the mode 53, write down 6, then write -10, then equal, then write -6, equal, equal, and you will get the answer as x1 equals to 5 plus square root of 61 over 6. Again press the equal sign and you will get another value, that is 5 minus square root of 61 over 6. What are they actually? Sometimes they ask you to solve. Sometimes they will ask you find the zeros. Same thing. Sometimes they ask you the question as find the roots. Sometimes they ask you the question find the solutions. So any question come, you have to perform the same operation if they ask you to solve using the quadratic formula. Even if they don't ask you and there is no specific method is written, you use the quadratic formula to solve the equation. Now another important part is discriminant. You know the formula, quadratic formula is minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. Now the part that is written under the square root, b square minus 4ac, is said to be discriminant. Now discriminant is the part of the equation that help you to determine the number of solution. Determine the number of solution. Now if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. What is meant by greater than 0? It means positive numbers. Yani answer is a positive number. Then you just straight away write down 2 real roots, or you can write 2 real solution. Now if b square minus 4ac is exactly equal to 0, then you have to write, means answer is 0. Only just write 1 real root or one real solution. Now what if you will have a b square minus 4ac less than 0, which means you get a negative answer. So it means either you can write the no solution, means no real solution. If no real solution, then what do you have? Two imaginary solutions. Two imaginary solution. Or two no real root or two imaginary roots. So memorize this part also. B square minus 4ac, two real roots if it is greater than 0. If equal to 0, one real root. If less than 0, it is no real root. Let's try. Find the value of the discriminant, then tell the number of or the type of the solution the equation has. Okay, so write down what is A, what is B, what is C. So A is written with the power 2, that is 6. Power 1, it is 8, and only a constant number, it is 6. B square minus 4AC is the discriminant. So B 8 square minus 4, A is 6 and C is 6. Write it in the calculator to get the answer directly. So we will write in the calculator 8 square minus 4 times 6 times 6. And you will get negative 80. Now you know negative 80, it means it is a negative number. It is less than 0. So what is the answer? Two imaginary solution. Okay, two imaginary solution. Let's do the other question. So A is 7 here, B is 2 over here, and C is negative 5. Now write the formula of discriminant b square minus 4ac. B is 2 square minus 4, A is 7 and C is negative 5. Write in the calculator 2 square minus 4 times 7 times negative 5. And you will get 144. And you know that 144 is a positive number, means greater than 0. That means you have two real solutions. Let's try to do more questions. So what is your A? Don't forget to write the sign. It's not 9, it's negative 9. What is B? B is negative 6. If you will forget the sign, then you might end up with a wrong answer. So now discriminant formula b square minus 4ac in place of b square minus 6. Now some students, they put the square over here. No, if already the number is negative, then put the square outside the bracket. Minus 4, A is negative 9 and C is negative 1. Write in the calculator. While writing in the calculator, don't forget to put the bracket whenever there is a number is with negative sign. So the answer is 0. And whenever we have the answer 0, it means one real solution. Let's do the last thing. So b square minus 4ac is the discriminant. A is 3, B is 8 and C is 4. So we can write here 3 square minus 4. A is 3 and C is 4. Write in the calculator 3 square minus 4 AC. Okay, so answer is negative 39, which is negative number less than 0. So you have two imaginary solution. So I hope that this part is clear to you. So let's move to the other part of the lesson. Using the graph, you have to tell how find the numbers and the types of the solution. Using the graph, you have to tell the number and the type of solution. Now, keep it in mind, okay? Before we solve the question, keep it in mind in graph, if a quadratic equation, it touches the x-axis. This is x-axis, right? So wherever it touches the x-axis, they are the x values, right? Because the number of solution tells you the value of the x, right? So how many times it touches the x-axis? It touches the x-axis 2 times. Now let's suppose this is -1 and this is 2, for example. So what are the solution? -1 and 2 are the solution. Or you can write it as x equal to -1 or x equal to 2. Or they can be written as this bracket -1, 2. They can also be written as -1, 0 in the form of coordinates or 2, 0. So these are the ways to express the number of solution. But main thing is that wherever they intersect the x-axis, that are the number of solution. Now quadratic equations always have at least 2 real solution or 1 real solution, because either it has 2 real solution or it has 1 real solution or it has 2 imaginary solution. But mostly it has the 2 solutions. 1 real, 1 imaginary also possible. But it has the 2 solution. Why? Because x has a power 2. So let's start. Here it intersects the x-axis. The graph number A intersects over here and over here. So how many solution you have? 2 real solution. Now what are the solution? Look at this, x equal -4 and this one x equals to 1.5. Okay, so these are the solutions you have. Now graph number B. How many real solution? Look, the x-axis it touches over here and it touches over here. And it is written with the red line. So x equals to -2 and x equals to 5. Next graph. Again look at the graph. How many number of solution? Yes, it also have the 2 real solution. And what are the solution? X equal to this point, that is 2, and x equal to this point, that is 5. Now look at this graph. This graph doesn't touches the x-axis, right? It doesn't touch the x-axis. So if it doesn't touch the x-axis, so just close your eyes and write 2 imaginary solutions. That's it, 2 imaginary solution. Next, again here, this graph doesn't touches this x-axis, right? So how many solution you have? You have 2 imaginary solution. This graph touches the x-axis only one time here, right? So it has 1 real solution. So if it has 1 real solution, what is the solution? 1, 2, 3. So x equal to 3. So it repeats the 3 2 times. Okay, here this graph touches the x-axis 2 times. So it has 2 real solution. What are they? Let's see. It is x equal to 2 and -1, -2. So x equals to -2. So I hope that this part is also clear to you. Let's move to the other part. The function f of x equals to -16x square plus 10x plus 51 represents the height of an object thrown upward at the speed of 10 feet per second. Don't worry about this 10 feet per second because it is written over here. From a bridge that is 51 feet above the ground. So 51 is represented over here. After x seconds have passed, so x means x shows the time. After how many seconds will object reach the ground? If you see in any of the equation, reach the ground, hit the ground, it means that they are telling you that the equation equals to 0. So just write the equation minus 16x square plus 10x plus 51 and make it equals to 0. Now tell us what is A, what is B and what is C. So A is negative 16, B is 10 and C is 51. Put it in the formula minus B plus minus square root B square minus 4AC over 2A. Memorize the quadratic formula. Put all the values. Minus B is 10 plus minus square root of B square means 10 square minus 4. A is negative 16 and C is 51 over 2 and A is negative 16. Now write down what I told you. After that just write it mod 5 and 3. Put it in the calculator, the A value, B value and C value. That is negative 16 equal 10 equal 51 equal and equal. So you will get x equals to 17 over 6. If you put the SD, press SD, it will give us 2.125 and another value, again put the x equals to, it will gives you minus 3 over 2 equals to negative 1.5. Now check which answer matches it. Matches with your answer 2.125. Now the question arises, Miss, why won't we take minus 1.5? The reason is time cannot be negative. So although you have the two solution, but they are asking about the time, so time would not be taken as a negative answer. Next question, an object is thrown upward from the top of a 128-foot cliff with an initial velocity of 112 feet per second. Its height after the t second is given by this equation. Now forget 112 because it's represented over here, 128 because it is written in the equation. What time determine when the object will hit the ground? Hit the ground means I told you that the equation equals to 0. Now write down what is your A? Negative 16. Please don't forget to write your negative. What is your B? 112. And what is the C? 128. Write down here the formula, quadratic formula, B square minus 4AC over 2A. Now minus B is 112 plus minus square root of B square 112 square minus 4, A is negative 16 and C is 128 over 2 times negative 16. So I just replace A, B and C values at the correct places. Now rather than solving this whole thing, if the calculators are allowed, write the A value, equal sign, write the B value, then write the C value in mod 5 3 and we will get the values as x equals to 8 and x equals to negative 1 or t equals to, right? Because here they are talking about the t, so you also write about the t. Now again this time cannot be possible because it's negative. So at t equals to 8, the object will hit the ground. Time cannot be negative.